If you think the world is fair, you're already losing. The most powerful people, politicians, CEOs, master manipulators, don't just play the game, they control it. They know how to bend reality, make people see what they want them to see, and influence decisions without others even realizing it. The scary part? These tactics are being used against you right now. But today, I'm pulling back the curtain. I'm revealing 11 dark secrets of deception that will give you the ultimate advantage. Use them wisely, or risk being controlled by those who already do. Number 1, the power of misdirection. Have you ever been mesmerized by a magician who makes a coin disappear right in front of your eyes? You were looking directly at the trick, yet you missed how it happened. That's not magic, it's misdirection. And the same technique can be applied in real life to control what people see, think, and believe. People naturally focus on what is in front of them, but what if you deliberately show them the wrong thing? This is the foundation of successful deception. Instead of trying to hide something, you can make people so distracted by an irrelevant detail that they completely overlook what actually matters. Imagine you're negotiating a business deal, and there's a term in the contract that you don't want the other party to scrutinize. Instead of hoping they won't notice, you do the opposite. You create a spectacle about a completely unrelated detail. You argue passionately about something meaningless, making the other side believe they've won when you finally concede. In reality, their focus has been completely shifted away from the real issue, and they walk away thinking they got the better deal, when in fact, they've just been played. This strategy is used by politicians, media outlets, and powerful figures all the time. A controversial issue is suddenly made the center of attention, stirring up public outrage, while the real problem, the one they don't want you thinking about, goes unnoticed. The lesson? People see what you want them to see. Learn how to direct their attention, and you'll always have the upper hand. Number 2, the illusion of choice. People love to feel in control. No one likes to be forced into a decision, but they also hate feeling powerless. The trick? Give them a choice, but make sure that every choice benefits you. Think about it like this. If you ask your boss, "Can I work on this project?" they have the power to say no. But if you reframe it and say, "Would you like me to start this project on Monday or Wednesday?" they now feel like they have agency over the decision. What they don't realize is that both options lead to the outcome you wanted all along. This tactic is everywhere. Marketers use it to sell products by giving you multiple versions of the same thing, so you feel like you're making a choice while still spending money on their brand. Parents do it with children. Instead of saying, "Go to bed now," they ask, "Do you want to go to bed in 5 minutes or 10? The child still goes to bed, but they feel like they had a say in it. This works in negotiations, relationships, leadership, and even arguments. When you structure the choices in a way that makes the other person feel in control, while secretly ensuring that every possible decision aligns with your goal, you hold the power without them ever realizing it. Number 3, silence is a weapon. Most people are uncomfortable with silence. They rush to fill it, exposing their weaknesses, second-guessing their own words, or even revealing information they never intended to share. But for those who understand its power, silence becomes one of the most lethal tools in manipulation. Here's how it works. In any high-stakes conversation, whether it's a business deal, an argument, or an interrogation, use silence strategically. After you make a strong statement, stop talking. Let the silence stretch. The longer you remain quiet, the more the other person will feel the need to fill the space. And when people speak under pressure, they make mistakes. They start backtracking, over-explaining, or even giving away crucial details they meant to keep to themselves. This is why some of the best negotiators and interrogators in the world use silence to their advantage. When a suspect is questioned, the moment the interrogator stops speaking and just stares, the psychological pressure mounts. The suspect starts to fidget, get nervous, and feel the urge to talk, often confessing more than they should. You can use this technique in your daily life. Next time someone asks you a tough question, pause before answering. Let them feel the weight of the silence. Watch as they get uncomfortable and start scrambling to fill the void. often giving you more information than they intended. Silence isn't weakness, it's power. Number 4, the confidence trick. A well-told lie will always beat an uncertain truth. Why? Because people don't just believe in facts, they believe in certainty. Think about someone you know who always seems to have the right answer, even when they're clearly making things up. Why do people believe them? Because they sound certain. Their voice is steady, their body language is firm, and they don't show hesitation. This is how con artists, cult leaders, and even bad bosses gain control. They don't need to be right, they just need to act like they are. If you want people to believe you, eliminate hesitation from your speech. Stop using weak phrases like I think, I guess, or I might be wrong. Instead, speak with conviction. Maintain eye contact. Project confidence. People are naturally drawn to leaders who appear sure of themselves. Even if what you're saying is questionable, confidence alone can make others doubt their own judgment and trust you instead. Never let uncertainty show. Confidence is the shortcut to authority. Number 5, mirror their desires. People trust those who seem similar to them. If someone feels like you get them, they instinctively lower their defenses. That's why one of the most powerful manipulation techniques is mirroring, subtly reflecting someone's behavior, speech patterns, and emotions to make them feel comfortable around you. Here's how to use it. If someone speaks quickly, increase your pace slightly. If they speak slowly, match their rhythm. If they lean in, lean in. If they sit back and cross their arms, do the same. If they express a strong opinion, agree with them at first. This builds an instant connection. Once they trust you, you can gradually steer the conversation in the direction you want. Master manipulators do this effortlessly. They make people feel seen and understood, creating an emotional bond that makes influence easy. When someone feels comfortable with you, they stop questioning your intentions. That's when you have full control over the direction of the interaction. Number 6, emotional manipulation. People like to believe they make rational decisions, carefully weighing pros and cons before making a choice. But the reality? Almost every decision is based on emotion first and logic second. If you can control how someone feels, you can predict and even dictate their actions. Think about advertisers. They don't sell you a product, they sell you a feeling. Luxury brands make you crave status. Social media apps make you fear missing out. Nostalgic ads take you back to a simpler time, triggering emotions that make you spend money without thinking twice. Now, apply this to personal interactions. Want someone to see you as valuable? Make them feel like they're about to lose you. Scarcity increases perceived worth. When you become less available, people chase you. Want someone to trust you? Mirror their emotions. Make them feel deeply understood and they'll bond with you instantly. Want to win an argument? Instead of throwing facts at someone, appeal to their emotions. Make them feel like your idea aligns with their identity and values. Once they're emotionally invested, logic won't even matter. If you can stir the right emotions, you can make people act in ways they'd never even question. Number 7, the Trojan horse tactic. The most effective way to influence someone isn't by attacking their beliefs directly, it's by making them think they came to the conclusion on their own. This is the essence of the Trojan horse tactic, sneaking your ideas past someone's mental defenses by disguising them as something they already want. This is why politicians wrap controversial policies in vague, feel-good language. It's why salespeople get you to agree to a tiny yes before pitching a big commitment. Here's how you can use it. Frame your idea as their idea. Instead of saying, you should do this, ask, wouldn't it be great if we tried this approach? Let them take ownership of it. Start small. If you want someone to make a big change, first get them to agree to a tiny step. Once they commit to something minor, they'll be more likely to accept bigger requests later. Make it seem familiar. People resist change, but they embrace what feels comfortable. Present new ideas in a way that aligns with their existing beliefs. If you try to force someone to think differently, they'll resist. But if you guide them to think they reached the conclusion themselves, they'll embrace it wholeheartedly. Number 8, the power of reputation. Reputation is a shortcut to influence. Once people believe something about you, they stop questioning it, and that belief becomes your greatest weapon. That if you're seen as trustworthy, people will take your word without evidence. If you're seen as weak, people will overlook you. If you're seen as intimidating, people will avoid crossing you. Powerful individuals don't necessarily have to be the best or the smartest. They just have to control how others perceive them. Want to build an unshakable reputation? Stay consistent. If people see you as confident and capable enough times, that perception becomes fixed. Once it's established, you won't need to prove yourself anymore. People will assume you're competent without questioning. On the flip side, never let your enemies shape your reputation for you. If you don't define who you are, someone else will, and their version may not be in your favor. Number 9, control the narrative. The truth doesn't matter as much as the version of the truth people believe. That's why the most powerful individuals always control the narrative, the story that frames reality. Whenever something happens, people look for an explanation. If you don't give them one, someone else will, and it might not benefit you. That's why politicians, businesses, and media outlets move quickly to shape public perception before the full facts come out. Here's how you can use this principle. Be the first to define the situation. When you tell your side of the story first, people will be more likely to accept it as truth. Use selective framing. Highlight details that support your version and downplay or omit the ones that don't. Control how people remember events. Memories are fragile. If you repeatedly frame an event a certain way, people's recollection of it will shift over time to match your narrative. When you control the narrative, you control reality itself because people's perception is their reality. Number 10, play dumb to outsmart. The smartest manipulators never let people see their full intelligence. Instead, they play dumb, act harmless, and let others underestimate them. Why? Because when people think you're clueless, they let their guard down. They reveal secrets, lower their defenses, and even expose their own weaknesses. And when the time is right, you can strike when they least expect it. This strategy has been used throughout history. Julius Caesar pretended to be indecisive before taking absolute power. Warren Buffett plays the role of a simple, friendly investor, but his strategic moves prove he's anything but naive. Sun Tzu, in The Art of War, advised, appear weak when you are strong. How can you use this in everyday life? When someone underestimates you, let them. Don't correct them. When people speak freely around you, listen more than you talk. When you play dumb, ask simple questions. People love explaining things. They might just reveal more than they should. Never show all your cards. The moment people think they have you figured out, you've already won. Number 11, disappear when necessary. Sometimes the most powerful move isn't action, it's absence. When you remove yourself from a situation, you create mystery, and mystery makes people obsessed. Think about how human nature works. If someone is always available, they become ordinary. If someone suddenly disappears, people start wondering about them, and that's when fascination begins. When a celebrity goes silent for months, fans crave their return more than ever. This is why vanishing at the right moment is so powerful. In relationships, pulling away makes people chase you. In business, being less accessible increases your perceived value. In social settings, staying quiet makes people wonder what you're thinking, which gives you the advantage. If you're always there, people take you for granted. But if you disappear strategically, you become unforgettable. And when you return, you control the situation on your terms. Now that you know these dark secrets, it's time to ask yourself, what are you going to do with this knowledge? The truth is, deception is everywhere. You can either let it control you, or you can master it and use it to your advantage. You've just learned the tools that some of the most powerful people in history used to rise to the top, and now you have them at your fingertips. But this is just the beginning. If you want to unlock even more powerful psychological tactics, strategies, and deep dives into the minds of the masters, you need to go further. This channel isn't just about learning a few tricks. It's about understanding the psychology that shapes our world. And trust me, there's a lot more to uncover. I want you to feel like you're stepping into a world that most people will never even know exists. A world where you have the upper hand, where you don't just react to life, but control it. This channel is dedicated to giving you the tools to get there, whether it's through mastering the dark psychology of influence or diving deep into timeless strategies like the 48 Laws of Power. So if you're ready to stop being just another face in the crowd and instead start shaping your reality, hit that subscribe button. You're not just subscribing to a channel, you're investing in your future success. And don't stop here. Check out my 48 Laws of Power and Dark Psychology playlists for deeper insights into how the world really works. These videos will show you how to take control, play the game, and win every time. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're not average, and you're not here by accident. You're here because you're ready to take the next step and make things happen. Let's dive deeper together and start transforming your life today. So what's it going to be? Will you take control or will you let life pass you by? The choice is yours.